Okay, so I've been doing quite a few album reviews over the past month, and I'm starting to really enjoy doing these reviews. I will get around to making reviews of new albums that have come out very recently, but I want to kind of delve back a little bit to a few more albums that I like listening to as a kid, albums that I have a bit of a nostalgia for. And since these are albums that I know very well over ones that I would have to listen a few times today, I feel like starting with those would be a good place to start for me. So the album I'm talking about today is Sneaky Sound System's original album, simply called Sneaky Sound System, a lot like how Savage Garden's first album was just called Savage Garden. Sneaky Sound System was released in late 2006, and Sneaky Sound System did achieve quite a bit of fame in the late 2000s. They were very well known in Australian music, not really much overseas. I don't really know how popular they got overseas, but they were popular. I did see them live as a kid in 2007, and I saw them again just about exactly 1 year ago from now. I saw them again March 2021 on the Gold Coast. So I really like this debut album. It has a lot of style. Sneaky Sound System, a lot like a lot of other musicians like Deadmau5 and Daft Punk, they have their own unique sound style. What I could say about Sneaky Sound System, I'll kind of try and put in words what their sound is like. Their very emphasis is on a lot of bass, a lot of electro bass, and a lot of it's really bass heavy club thumper songs with Miss Connie as the vocalist. She's not the vocalist in all the songs. Sometimes the male, the other one who's a man, I actually forget his name, he sings in a couple of these songs as well. And these are very catchy, very listenable, and some of them are actually very memorable. Some are more memorable than others, but I'm going to go through each song one by one and tell you what I think about it. So let's go. So the first track is called I Love It, and when you first hear it, it opens with a lot of bass, a really nice hook, and the lyrics is basically Miss Connie singing about it's a bit unclear. It's like she is becoming addicted to something. She says, I'm not too sure that it's just a phase, but then she says, no matter what it is, I love it. Then it says, when she holds you in my arms, so it's probably another song about maybe becoming addicted to love. But anyway, it's a great opening track and has a very memorable melody, and it's overall a really fun track to kick the album off with. The second track, Thin the Skies, is very different from the first track. For one, it changes to Angus MacDonald on the vocals instead of Connie Mitchell, and I like the way this one opens too. As I said, has bass too, but a very different kind of bass. It opens with like this real techno, it's kind of techno electro intro, and kind of you kind of hear a bit of a shaking maraca in there, kind of like a slithering maraca. And this is a spoken word song. It's not a lyrical song, but it's also a really good track. It kind of speeds up and it slows down a bit. There's also like a jazz section as well, which is a little bit funny. And overall, another good and memorable song. The third song on this album is definitely the track that the band is most famous for. It's their most played song, and I think it also did go worldwide. It was very popular for a while in Australia, and that was UFO. It's sung by Miss Connie. It's a pretty simple song. It's about alien abduction She claims that nobody believes what she saw. The song has a really good hook in it. It's definitely probably the most memorable song on the entire album. It instantly pulls you in with its it just throws you right in there. The melody is great, the bass work is great. Overall, just a really well done EDM track, and definitely a classic in Australian EDM genre. Very well known, and it's overall just a really great song. Pictures is a really good song too. It's more of a it's a bit more chilled out compared to UFO. It's just more of a it's a little bit more slower paced, but it's also incredibly catchy. It's just kind of just a groovy funk tune, really. And the meaning of the song is pretty abstract. The main lyric is, "I got lots of pictures in my head, you better not turn off the projector." Maybe it means she's seen a lot, or she has a lot to say, a lot of stories to tell, a big imagination. But overall, it's just a funky song. I Never Want to Lose You and You Should Have Told Me are definitely not as memorable as the previous tracks on the album. They are, I mean, they're not bad, but they're just a step down. I Never Want to Lose You is kind of has a bit of a tropical vibe to it, a bit of a reggae, tropical island vibe to it, and it's simple enough. It's just a song saying "I don't ever want to lose you," and "You Should Have Told Me" is just another song with a bit of guitar work in it. It's a bit forgettable compared to the next song, "Goodbye." This is definitely a lot more memorable than the previous two. I'm not sure if this song became a worldwide hit, but it's definitely one of the strongest tracks on the entire album. It has a very memorable sound, a very memorable melody, and a very memorable hook. It kind of has this whew noise in it, kind of like this, kind of like visualize a girl like twirling around or something. That's what it sounds like, and it's overall it's a real earworm too. I listened to this song a lot when I was younger, and it got stuck in my head a lot. So I would judge that as being a really good song. Hip Hip Hooray and It's Over are also, I mean they're decent songs. They're nothing really that special, but they are good. They both are, I mean, they're both catchy, both have their own little sound. Hip Hip Hooray kind of has, like, halfway through the song, sounds a bit like tubular bells being hit, or maybe like glasses or something. Hip Hip Hooray is, I don't know, I think it's like supposed to be sort of like a sex song or something, and It's Over is about basically just about a relationship being over. And then we get to You're Hot, and this is definitely my least favourite song on the entire album. It's 100% a filler song, really. It's really nothing more than a filler song. It's just a person saying "you're hot" over and over and over and over and over again, with a pretty lame beat, to be honest. I always skip this song. It is a little bit funny, but like, it's I mean, I don't really... There are very few songs I've ever heard that are bad, but this song is just... It's kind of dull, it's kind of boring, there's really nothing much to it. It's very skippable. The song Tease Me is a lot better than You're Hot. You can see a lot more effort was put into this song. It's a lot more listenable. The opening hook immediately pulls you in. It's another sex song about being teased and being turned on. It's, I mean, the whole album is clean. There really isn't anything really explicit on here, but this one leans on being a bit explicit. But it's very catchy, it's very well made, very good sounding. It's definitely my top 3 or 4 favourite songs on the album. And the final song, Maybe, is good too. It's completely in an instrumental. It has elements of violin in it, which is nice. There are no other songs in the entire album that have any musical orchestral instruments in it except for this one. It's a very it's quite calming. It's a very chilled out, the most chilled out song on the entire album, even more than Pictures. It just kind of winds you down a bit after you've listened to this first album. So, Sneaky Sound System, the original album. This is a very solid debut album. It definitely could have been much better. It's not like on the same level as Homework from Daft Punk, or like For Lack of a Better Name by Deadmau5, but it's still up there. It's still really good, and it's definitely a album that I always enjoyed when I was younger, and I just kind of wanted to get my thoughts out there about the album. I mean, I shouldn't compare it to Daft Punk or Deadmau5 because those are completely different things. But really, as an Australian EDM band, they are kind of way up at near the top. The only really popular or really good or really only other EDM Australian bands is the Presets and and Tame Impala. And I'm not even sure if Tame Impala counts as EDM. He's more like experimental. But really, that's it. That's really all that we have in Australia when it comes to like electronic music. Just those three. So the fact that it even exists at all is really good, and gives us Aussies some good electronic material to think about and enjoy. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's very solid. Definitely listen to it if you haven't already. And that's all I really have to say. So, as always, take care.